So this is a video explaining why military nerds who don't live in reality get tanks so wrong. And it's mainly because they don't understand reality and what makes a tank good. Those being three main factors: hard factors, soft factors, and manufacturing quality. And in order for a tank to be good, it has to succeed in all three of these categories. Now, a lot of people know what hard factors of a tank are. They're usually the video game, card game stats, armor thickness, barrel size, speed, weapon loadout, etc., etc. It's the main quality that people look for and the most obvious ones. But military nerds also assume that these are the only qualities about their favorite tanks, mostly because they're obvious and they probably have IQ equal to the temperature of Canada in winter, but these factors are not all that matter, and often aren't the most consequential in tank design, that being soft factors. Soft factors, in a nutshell, are the little things, like, is the armor plated, casted, or not? Is it heat treated? Is the ammo stored in an easy to reach and well protected spot, or is it out in the open that somebody with a sniper rifle can just shoot it? Does the engine like to catch fire because the oil lines touch extremely hot pipes? The maintenance book stuff. And while this might not seem all that problematic, it can be a complete deal breaker for a tank if there are too many of these soft factors that don't benefit the tank. A great example of this is the T-34 and the German Panther, which, long story short, have good hard factors, but so many bad soft factors that they render them practically useless. Although, to be fair, a lot of the problems with the T-34 were due to the third category, manufacturing quality, but I'm not going to get into the specifics about that. If you want a more detailed explanation into why those two tanks sucked, I recommend LaserPig's videos on them. They're good quality and explain it pretty well. Anyways, onto the third factor. So manufacturing quality is pretty self-explanatory. Is the tank made good? Was the design followed, or did the factory's workers get lazy and started to not include a bunch of things because it was too much worker time? However, this also includes things like, is the metal a good quality or is it complete dog shit? Can the factory make the tanks at a reasonable pace, or is it a once-a-month type deal? This factor is often the reason you see tanks that have good designs or upgrades but never really see production of the quality that they should be. And it's quite often why countries like Germany during the First World War had practically no tanks, because they couldn't get the steel they actually needed to make them, or why the Mark V didn't receive real protection until after the First World War, or in cases like the countless prototype tanks that were planned for production, but the country that made them never got around to it. So before I end this shit video with my absolute horrendous mic quality and a script I wrote literally 10 minutes before this recording, I want to say, yes, there are a lot of factors that make a tank good and these aren't the only ones. God only knows how many tanks that were good that got wasted because the tactics of the general commanding them was piss poor. But I also want to say this before I get angry comments about this, so I can just say, I told you, so shut up. Not like get any comments anyways. I'll see y'all later. Be sure to subscribe because if known. Anyways, yeah.